Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and I'm referred to as the Big Game Hunter because I coach people to play their professional and personal games big. Welcome to No BS Job Search Advice on blab.im, and what I try to do is Monday through Friday, with rare exceptions. I think this week, for example, Thursday, I'm not going to be able to do it, but usually Monday through Friday at noon, what I do is take 30 minutes of live coaching or do 30 minutes of live coaching with people who show up or answer some questions that have been messaged to me either directly or through Quora. So, I'll simply say that for most job hunters, finding work is harder than it needs to be. It's just that most of you make a lot of mistakes. You don't know how to correct them. You don't know what you're doing wrong. And foolishly, you ask the wrong people for advice. So here I'm going to spend a little bit of time, in case no one joins, answering questions from job hunters so that this way, when this winds up on YouTube later, I can be of help with some folks. So here's the first question. What do recruiters look for in a resume at first glance? Okay, I like that one. What do recruiters look for in a resume at first glance? Now, the stories that are true, you've probably heard, and that is recruiters take 3 to 6 seconds looking at a resume. What? 3 to 6 seconds? I spend hours working on this. I spend a boatload of money. Well, I'm going to break a secret to you. Your job is to demonstrate how you fit a requirement or can fit into their firm. And it's not there to show them a nice, pretty document, although that can be a way of getting yourself in the door. I'll use myself, for example. 3 seconds, 4 tops. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something in the background that vaguely fits. I get to 6 seconds if you specified a job. I'm not seeing a fit. I'm asking myself, okay, what made them think they fit? And then I'll pick the most core skill that they need to have and use Control F in Microsoft Word or the search box in Acrobat to see whether or not this word appears. Most of the time it doesn't, because people spam their resumes to jobs that they want to do but aren't qualified to do. Remember, the job description you're responding to, the referral that you've gotten from your friend or former colleague who's pointed you toward a particular manager, they've told you about qualifications. And you need to have specific ones to fit. And normally, I'll give you an example. I'm doing a search now for a client, an experienced pharmaceutical recruiting specialist. If you click open the job, the first sentence will talk about experience doing recruiting for the pharmaceutical industry. Absolute requirement. Why have I only gotten 2 resumes of the 70 that I've opened so far that at least use the word pharma or pharmaceutical on the resume? Why is that? It's ridiculous. Is it no wonder that we only spend a few seconds looking, because most of you people are abusive? So what we're looking for is something that vaguely indicates that your background fits what you say you're applying for, and then we'll go into more detail. So that's the first question for today. Next one. What is the best book on job search, resumes, and interview technique? Okay. I'm not going to recommend any books today. I have my own. I'm not here to promote them. If you want to find out about them, you visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. Pay what you want for them. And I mean that. Pay what you want. I appreciate if you paid a couple of bucks. I have suggested prices for each of them. But at the end of the day, if you can't afford it, just download the books and come back at a later date and compensate me. So what I'm going to recommend instead of my books and other people's books are my videos. Go to YouTube. do a search for Jeff Altman, Jeffaltman, and then in one word, enter the term The Big Game Hunter TV, no spaces. And you'll find the homepage for my channel on YouTube, and I want you to visit playlists. I have playlists, I call it No BS Resume Advice. There are probably 80 or 90 videos there about resume writing. In terms of interviewing, I have a ton there because it's an area I'm particularly good at. So there's specific advice for interviewing. There are ways to answer tough interview questions. There are answers to those. There are answers to hedge fund brain teasers and answers to those. Mistakes you could be making and how you could present it better. A lot of information there in different playlists. So I'll simply say, select a playlist, start watching, give a thumbs up to ones that you think are particularly good or helpful, and leave a comment because it helps other people discover the show. Okay. Next question. At age 25, would you pursue a good-paying corporate job that leaves you unhappy, or a hobby that makes you happy but has no guarantee to pay the bills? Great question. Let me just start off by saying, why is this an either-or question? Why can't you do both? You can do both by working in your corporate job and then pursuing something on the side. So you get home, you have dinner, you get to work on your particular hobby. After all, let your full-time job fund your business rather than pursuing everything, especially when you're not sure of it. Make it work. Put all your best effort into it while you're at home. As soon as you leave, get out there, work for your boss. They deserve it. They're paying you. Okay. Next question. Do recruiters read cover letters? Not if you send them as a separate attachment. Use the body of the email to demonstrate your suitability and fit for the role. Don't send a separate email attachment. If you send a separate attachment, we won't read it. If you send it in an attractively formatted body to an email with an attachment of the resume, we'll read it because it's right there in front of us. If you use the top portion, like you add a page to your resume and the beginning is the cover letter, so it's one immense document, we'll skim it. So that's my straightforward answer. No, we will not pop open a separate attachment of a cover letter. We will read the cover letter if sent to us in the other ways. Next, if I haven't succeeded in my mid-20s, could I be successful in the rest of my life? Well, the easy answer is, of course. The correct answer is, it depends. It depends upon you and your attitude and whether or not you just want to punish yourself for not being perfect yet, or whether you're going to cut yourself some slack and just simply say, I'm going in the right direction here. And at the end of the day, I'm sure I can land something that I like. I'm sure I can develop something that will be successful. I have absolute confidence and belief in myself. Now, if you're one of these people who can't turn it on like that, I'll simply say, you have to go out. Well, if you have a choice between two, if you're forced into a choice where, I don't know how you can get forced into a choice, but let's say you are forced into a choice. I can't answer that. I can't answer it without being dishonest. So pursue things that interest you, of course. Yes, you can be successful later in your life. Colonel Sanders certainly was successful later on in his life. So, yes, anything can happen, usually does, and there'll be opportunities for you to succeed. I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. There's a lot more that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. And if we aren't connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. Finally, if you have questions about job hunting, you are not alone. Most people do, but they ask the wrong people for advice. Instead, reach out to me directly through my website or through prestoexperts.com, where I'm a job search and career coaching expert. Hope you have a great day. Take care.